Hey.
Yeah, we're almost live. Okay,
Okay.
now we're live.
Okay. Hi, welcome to the StockinetteZombies. I'm Amy, also known as Jane Itma.
And I'm Megan, also known as Just Run It. And this is episode
Uh-huh.
309. I was trying to look and
Yeah,
and
at
talk
the
at the
same
same
time.
time. Multitask,
Well, I feel like I was like in the middle of a sentence when you said we're about to go live. And I was like, oh, okay, we're doing this.
I don't think it caught the beginning of your sentence. That's
No,
why I was
I
like,
didn't
we're
think
about to
so.
go live. But yes, yeah, no, we chat a little bit before we get started, and then we go, oh wait, it's 12:10. We were filling time, and then we overfilled.
Yes. I have that problem all the time. Like if I get up and I get ready to go somewhere, if I got 20 minutes to kill before I leave,
Yep.
I end up being late.
Yeah, no, my old now 2 jobs removed called it MST, Megan Standard Time.
Oh,
Like I would get ready for a meeting and then I'd have like 10 minutes to fill, right? And then inevitably I would find a task that would take me 15.
right.
And they were like, "Oh, yep, Megan shows up for meetings at a little less than promptly." And I'm like, "Well, I'm being productive."
Right. But
Still
that's
have
that's
daylight
the
savings
thing. Like
time.
if you only
Oh,
had 5 minutes, you just
yeah.
connect or go walk to the meeting. But if you have 10, you feel like, oh, I need to do something in that time. And then
Hmm.
you get into
Hmm.
I get focused. And then I forget that I have meetings to go to.
Yeah, I mean, I think that that's a finely tuned skill in our industry to be able
Yeah.
to dive into something and kind of shut everything off because it's hard, right? It's
Yeah.
hard to find snippets of time where you can kind of focus. And so sometimes you over focus and lose
Right.
track of time and um,
I just
space and
realized
time.
you're filling up most of your screen and I should like make my camera a little closer.
Do you want me to back up?
No. Fine.
So yeah, we had some folks talking about daylight savings time.
Oh,
Claire
yes.
was saying that this is the time of year that she actually knows what our time is, because I think maybe her YouTube has trouble adjusting for our daylight savings time,
Mm,
which I would say a lot of people have a hard time adjusting
right.
for daylight savings time. I don't know
Yeah.
about you, but oh, good golly. Sunday night, trying to go to bed early, couldn't fall asleep. Then something happened. Oh, one of the kids wasn't feeling well and was getting up and going to the bathroom constantly. Then the neighbor's dog barked, and then the school started sending like tomorrow's a stow day, like an avalanche of texts and home phone ringing and cell phone ringing.
Mine didn't come in till 6 a.m., but I have like a do not disturb on the hours that I sleep.
Hmm.
So I didn't hear it ring.
Yeah.
Um,
Well,
but
so I use the sound machine on my phone, and
mm,
when I have it on Do Not Disturb, the machine's still going, but the sound machine stops when the phone is ringing.
ah, yes,
So I have like the lack of sound actually woke me.
gotcha.
And then my husband's is on vibrate, so of course I hear his
Zzz,
over there
zzz,
like.
zzz, zzz.
But
Mine is not in my bedroom.
oh, well, that's a pro tip right there.
Yeah, it's not in my bedroom and it's on silent until 7 a.m., I believe.
Good deal. Good deal.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, and then yeah, so just kind of a crappy night of sleep
I
the
I
night
think
before.
the going from the really nice weather to the snow is affecting me more than the time shift.
Yeah.
Like I'm feeling like my head is cloudy and I'm just like, ugh, I hate this.
Yeah. No, Jeremy very optimistically said yesterday, like it's all going to melt tomorrow anyway because it's going to be over freezing. It is still very much outside my window.
Well, I think that there were 2 cold days predicted, so it's gonna warm up on Thursday.
Okay. Okay. Good to know. Good to know. Yeah, no, so we had snow day yesterday because we got dumped on by a bunch of snow. Previously, it felt like spring. Apparently, we aren't bringing enough spring
No.
because spring is gone. You look back outside and it looks like it could be the dead of winter.
Yeah, it's looking real drastic out there.
Yeah, I feel you on that. I think the time thing hits me more because I have a hard time falling asleep anyway, and then it's
Mhm.
even more compounded by not being able to fall asleep. But
Yeah, but I just can't, like, this brain fog, I can't, like, attribute that to um daylight savings time. I think it's more that my sinuses are reacting to the temperature change,
mm,
and I'm like, oh, got focus issues today.
okay, okay. Well, I'll try to keep you on task. We're talking
Thank
about
you.
finished objects
Okay.
today. And I have a little bit of administrati.
Hmm.
So the bags
Woohoo!
from the Silver Shed USA arrived. Yes. So our fine winners, previous winners. This is an adventure walk, which is one of my favorites because sometimes people put the little carabiner on or the swizzle on, and then when you're walking, your sock decides to meld with the bag, right?
Hmm.
Because it's got that swivel. So this keeps it stationary
Hmm.
as you're walking and knitting if you want to level up to a walking and knitting. Super cute. I love the little polka dotted drawstring. Um, so those are going out, the folks that won it from our previous KALs. And then Anne, I told her that we had some folks that hadn't won that were interested, has them out in her shop. So I don't know what limited quantity, but you should definitely go out there and grab one if you're interested. And I can link you it in the episode as well. But super excited about our Zombie Knitting Network. And I just love the black and white and then the pop of, well, the black and white drawstring as well, but then the pop of color on the
On the
inside
inside. Yeah.
makes my heart go pitter pat.
Mhm.
And then those are prizes from our previous. I'm not going to put it back in the bag right now. You guys have already seen the beautifulness. I can do that later. Coming upcoming, so we're doing Bring Spring, which is the ZKN KAL, and kind of in at simultaneously we've got Romy Hills a Mystery KAL, which is two beautiful colors of fingering weight. And I think she needs them to be at least 400 yards, I think I was reading. So if you have one that's like a little under, trying to think of bases, like it seems like Madeline Tosh sock has like a 390 something or whatever.
Mhm.
So you need the over 400 per skein. Um, and we're going to be participating in that because, and Miss Romy is going to come talk to us next Saturday, which is super exciting. I'm hoping that travel and health keeps me well
Right.
at that point to be able to, yeah, I'm worried about it, but you guys shouldn't be. It'll be great. It'll be great. But also exciting in that is that Romy, in consideration to some of the accessibility issues that are upcoming with Ravelry and them switching over to new Ravelry and no longer supporting the older mode. She wants to make sure that she has a home outside of Ravelry for the Mystery KAL. So we're inviting folks in to our Discord server, our ZKN Discord server, and we'll be doing hosting some Mystery KAL awesomeness on our Discord server. So might start seeing some new faces in
Yeah.
on
Exciting.
Discord, which is the more the merrier. Super
Hmm.
excited about that. And along with that, we're going to give away a few patterns of hers. So be looking for a giveaway thread for Romy's Mystery KAL 2021. And I believe I know that the entry will be, basically saying you're excited about it and planning to do it. And here are the two yarns that you've got picked out.
Hmm.
Um, you could swizzle and not necessarily end up using that if you won the pattern. And then along with that, if you already have the pattern, maybe you could say that you would gift it to this friend or something, right?
Hmm.
Because I know people have already gone out and gotten
Right.
it. So yeah, lots going on there. Super excited to be chatting with her. And for the KAL, I picked out some grinning gargoyle, which I didn't bring because those are needle adjacent projects and not
Hmm.
finished objects. But it was her high micron merino that I'm super excited
Yeah, I have a bunch of skeins over there that could probably stand to go into a project. Yeah, I'm interested in how contrasting they need to be. So I should probably go read some pattern notes and
Yeah, she had kits on the verb for keeping warm, and they
okay.
were pretty contrasty, if I'm remembering right. Like
Okay.
they weren't like a harmonious. They were like a distinct.
Okay.
So
But were they speckled and not speckled or just two solids?
they were two solids, if I
Okay.
remember correctly. So
Okay. So more graphic, I think. Then
you'd have
I
to go
have to
read the listing, which I will link, and see if she's got any color recommendations. Otherwise, we can ask her next Saturday.
yeah, that's true. Will these work? Just hold them up. Because
Everybody hold up your yarn, and then she goes, "Yay, beautiful."
yeah, because like I have a couple sets that are contrasty and solids that I could totally use, like not a problem. But I've been really itching to use my is it Rusty Bucket
Mhm.
from Mitchell's Creations, and then there's like a teal that goes with it, but I don't know
Mhm.
if they're too not they might not work, right?
Got it. Yeah, they've got too much overlap, or yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, yeah. No, they're really pretty coordinating for sure.
Yes, yes. And so that would be, like the yarn that I want to use next. But I definitely have a bunch of solids recently from Three Irish Girls. So
Mhm.
still counts.
Excellent. So yeah, then let's focus
Oh,
finished
yes.
objects. Or actually, I was going to shout out, we are doing a Friday Flicks this
Oh,
Friday. So
okay. Did we pick the flick yet? I haven't
yep,
been out there.
it's Big Fish.
Oh, okay. I
Well,
haven't seen that one in a
there's this
while.
beautiful picture of, so again, I'm Googling, right? Like spring themed movies, right? So I've got some more coming behind it. But Big Fish has that kind of iconic scene where Ewan McGregor and the love interest are sitting in a field of like huge flowers, a huge field of flowers. So kind of a la Pushing Daisies, if you watch
Hmm.
Pushing Daisies. But
Yeah, that was a
um,
very graphic, or yeah, graphic. I mean, that's what I would say. Like,
yeah.
um, but it makes it sound bloody. Like, it's not graphic that way, or yeah,
Yeah.
anyway,
Yep.
very colorful. How about that?
Hmm.
Um, so my finished object, I
What? You
have,
finished it?
yeah, so I have longer than called for sleeves. So I went a little extra and they go all the way down to my wrist, but not extra, right? It's right at my wrist.
Hmm.
So, if I'm kind of, I don't know, going about my day, they do end up a little bit closer to bracelet length,
Hmm.
but when I first put it on, they're all the way down to my wrist.
Hmm.
And I don't know if you can see it, but I did have a little bit darker purple mohair. So there's a transition that kind of happens there from the lighter to the darker. But it's subtle because I also noticed that my solids were kind of doing the same thing and I had made them opposites. So it
Hmm.
worked out.
Hmm.
Not intentional. I just, whoops, good deal.
Hmm.
But so that's Lullabean Trolla colorway from our 2020 CK.
Hmm.
And I just need to weigh the extras to find out, or weigh the garment to find out how much yardage I used.
Hmm. And I think I saw your twin, Julia, on here.
Okay. Yep.
Shout
It,
out to the twin. Woo woo.
yeah. I wore it for half a day and I didn't really notice that it was bugging me. I might wear, I was wearing a tank top. I might, try to find a solid t-shirt to wear under it,
Hmm.
just so I get a little bit more of the shoulder coverage. But yeah, it wasn't itchy or anything. But
Yeah,
if I
and
get like a,
that's like BAM sweater, right?
oh yeah, oh yeah. I mean, again, if I've seen people do this in just a DK weight, right? So
Hmm.
if mohair fuzzies aren't your thing, this would be a BAM sweater just out of DK. So,
Hmm.
which
So
could
pretty.
be really nice.
Hmm.
Although it said that my size, oh gosh, I can't remember enough to say. I just remember 750 yards was sticking out in my brain. So you might be able to get away with 3 skeins of DK on that.
Yeah, it's so pretty. It's so pretty.
Yes. And then my other FO that's been sitting here waiting to be talked about for a while now is my socks from the farm to needle that I had worked on. The pattern is from the sock book, and it's got heart in it, but now
Operation Sock Drawer.
Right.
Love Needs a Heart.
Love Needs a Heart. Thank you. So you can see the little cable heart in there. It's quite cute.
It's really pretty.
Yeah. And I was saying that it has a lot of errata. So the thing that, again, if you think about it, you're like, oh, well, yeah, that is a problem. So to repeat the leg, the chart only gives you this heart, not the offset heart. So then you would just end up with stacked hearts every other. And that's not what the picture shows.
Yeah.
But there's a foot chart that has the offsets in it, so you can get there from here, as it were, right? So if you go back to the leg chart and you look, you can get a
Are you
chart.
supposed, I mean, I haven't looked at the picture, but does the picture have them alternating on the front and maybe stacked on the back? Or is it alternating in the back as well?
Good question. I think that they're all, I looked at the picture a couple times. I think that they're, it matches
they're all staggered.
It matches the foot.
Got it.
So the leg matches the foot, but the charting in the book only has one heart, so it wouldn't do the offset heart. So that's my errata tip on that one. There were some other things, but again, like it was telling you how many stitches and it was wrong. It's like, and not in the, like, if you just ignored that helpful hint of how many stitches, just keep going, you're fine. But I read that and went, I don't have that many stitches, and kind of freaked out and had to rip back. And then I redid it and went, no, this is the right number. That little helpful hint is wrong. So little things like that in there as well. But
yeah, I mean, my downhill both ways, a couple of errata had been found. I tried to put them on the Ravelry page, which again, you didn't buy it on Ravelry. So sometimes it's not obvious that you should go out there and check it. And again, with accessibility issues, I understand that everybody doesn't have access to Ravelry, but I also reached out to the publisher about maybe having a web page that would have them on there. So I don't know if you have or haven't already, Amy, but I would definitely reach out to the designer at least and let them know.
Yeah, I don't think I have. I don't even remember if I put any charts on there, but see, alternating. So they're not stacked on the leg.
Yeah. I was saying that the top of the foot was staggered and the back of the leg was possibly stacked. But
okay.
Because then you could use the chart, the one chart for the front and the other chart for the back. But anyway, neither here nor there. I'm like designing it, right? not knitting the patterns. So those are beautiful, Amy. I've still not decided what my green is going to be for that farmer's daughter. Yeah.
Yep, I chose a Wendy Johnson pattern.
I saw that like serpentine or something like that. Yep. So the next month, February, of the farmer's daughter is by Kino Knits, and the thing just Veracity. Veracity is the name of the pattern. So I like what it did with the variegation. It's kind of monkey-like in that it causes some V-ing, and really enjoyed. These were cuffed down, so it's a the lace kind of creates a fun little edging there. Undulation, I think, is the word that I was looking for. Undulating edging. Say that 5 times fast.
Nope.
Amy's like, nope, I never do anything that somebody tells me to do 5 times fast.
Mhm.
Unless you're in CrossFit, and then you do, don't you?
I do. I do. Silly me.
But yeah, it's a garter edge, a garter cuff, which is fun. I've not done a garter cuff on a sock before, so those are
Fun.
a finished object. Maybe I have, not in recent memory. I also knit a pair of socks in a day for our red and pink
Ooh.
challenge. So this is the re-entry by Sun Valley Fibers. Miss Laura Burdett enabled a bunch of us to buy some of her merino nylon in the worsted and have some bam socks.
It's it's not nylon.
Or is it just merino?
It's just
Yes, it is.
merino.
It is. She specifically didn't want the nylon, right? Because she didn't want the synthetic fibers. Sorry,
Right.
Laura.
And yeah, and it's got a certain twist in it that she thought worked well with socks. So
Yep.
I think that was the major selling point of using them for socks.
Yeah, so this is just a broken ribbing, and then I used the smallest size of my my spacious OMG heel.
Hmm.
And so yeah, these colors are coming out nice, although it's really, I'm like becoming a ghost when I hold them. But super love them, and I have been wearing them around the house, and they have been wearing pretty well. Like, you're not seeing a lot of
Hmm.
pilling
Very nice.
on the plying there. So yeah, I've never knit a pair of socks in a day. I've knit a sock in a day,
Hmm.
but worsted socks, bam, socks.
Cool. I will say that my worsted leg warmer ones were not BAM because they had all of that.
Extra leggage.
Yeah. Well, and it was brioche. So you
Yeah,
twice the work.
but squishy dense.
Oh, yes. Super
Um,
nice.
Speaking of BAM, the ranunculus, this is some alpaca. Um, yeah, it's very eye searing. I wore it on a Zoom for work, and I suggested that I was the most brightly and most extravagantly dressed person there, and somebody down in Florida had a Tommy Bahama Hawaiian shirt on, and everybody voted that they had the craziest shirt on. But I'm like, this is hand hand knit alpaca, alpaca. Is it alpaca silk? It's not mohair, so it's alpaca. I think it is alpaca.
Oh, it was the alpaca silk. Yeah.
Yeah, that was too beefy when I was trying to hold it together with something. It was like dominating it, like you couldn't see the other something. So I was like, I'm just going to hold it single. Yeah, similar to the Love Note, it's got some fun like lace work, which gets a little bit lost in the shuffle with this bright color and this super fuzzy stuff. Um, but I made it longer than was written, and the sleeves are pretty extensive. They
Hmm.
have you decrease down in the pattern pretty rapidly, and I just left them kind of belled,
Hmm.
rather, or no, that is belling, right? To decrease down really quickly at the end. And these are just staying, I don't know, what would
No,
that
like
be, like a tulip sleeve?
puffed or poofed.
Puffed sleeve, yeah. So this is more of a belled sleeve. So, and I've just been, before it snowed, and it was kind of that in between, right? So kind of the bring spring. Um, I was throwing this on over stuff, right? So I threw it over something and wore it in a work Zoom. People decided that it wasn't as crazy as a Hawaiian shirt, but I still think I won. So yeah, this was Bam sweater. Bam. Again, I'm getting, so like I hold it up and look at how much it like tries to color correct my face. Color in my face? No color in my face. Um, but yeah, I love it. It's gotten a lot of wear. The last Sunday of the red and pink, I knit a sip, which I talked about last week.
Mhm.
It's got that same Lola bean that's in your love notes, held with some Barrett Woolco on the pink, and then the red does not have it. And it was the leftovers from my pink velvet. So again, you can maybe see it a lot better here, but the color work, only the pink has that troll law mohair held with it on both of them. So I really like the pink velvet. This was super addictive, potato chippy. Similar, I mean, the sip was very addictive, potato chippy as well, because they were just fun charts to do. And then I've never made a mohair pom pom before. So that's exciting and fun. So yes, again, Sip by Telly Beans, and this is a Andre Mowry Pink Velvet. She's doing a KAL right now, like a March KAL. I've seen a lot of weekenders, I think, on social media.
Wonder if I had to start it at a certain time. I have my stone crop, so although I have seen people say they're finishing stuff for it, so I probably won't enter even if I do finish it in the right time frame. But
yep. And
I'm
then
technically knitting along.
You are. You could like hashtag it and be included in the fun. Yes. Yeah. Oh, Laura says yes, whips are allowed. So I don't know when that
there we go.
When that officially started.
Gotta finish it then.
Yeah. And then my twin, Nikki finished hers already, and I finished mine yesterday. This is my sea salt. It is with Socks That Rock, the Blue Mountain Fiber Arts heavyweight, and which is a DK that I had 3 skeins of. I made the sleeves quite a bit longer. So this is a split sleeve. And I made it, instead of like forearm, it's down to almost bracelet length when I'm wearing it. Super unique construction. It's knit from one split cuff across the body. You do, decreases here on the front, and you work, significantly more stitches across the back. And then you finish up by creating the short
So this was your March yarn that you were trying to destash or get out of stash?
Yep. So this is one that I think I got maybe from the Loopy U. They carry Blue Moon Fiber Arts. And I was originally going to do like an Elizabeth Doherty pattern with it, and it was just too crazy for it. So this seems to play to its strengths. It is still a little crazy. I'm not going to lie. I was alternating skeins, and I still got these like
cool
across and it's coming off super bright. But there's the back, and it did something similar.
I can't wait to see this one in person, just because of how many times you said it's not this bright.
It's not this bright. It's like a scummy green and gray, and it's coming off as like bazinga green and black, right?
Yes.
So then, and then you've got the neckline that you pick up. I did do significantly less rows, like I think to the tune of like 10 in here, because I had seen a lot of them are wide necked, and I don't like wide neck. I don't like wide neck. So then you just have to do less here and do the same number of less on the back to make sure that they match up. And then, there's a split hem down at the bottom. I made it longer, as I am wont to do. But Noni's is beautiful and blue, and mine is green. I hope she's not too jealous, because she loves the greens too. Maybe she's not with this color being wrong. Maybe she's like, you keep that. Her colorway didn't seem like it had as much contrast, so it was tonal, but this seems more variegated in its completion. But I'd also forgotten, so this is a funny story I'll tell on myself, that like I've knit so many of these fingering weight sweaters that generally I wash them, I put them under the fan, and like bam, they're dry, right? Plus it's in the middle of winter and it's whatever. Well, this is like DK weight, right? So I went back last night, and I'm like, this is still wet. Like, how is this still wet? It's been sitting under the fan all day. And then I was like, it's a denser fiber, man. So fun times with blocking.
I took those pictures outside, and it was snowing, and I took the sweater back in, and it felt really wet, but it must have all just been in the mohair fuzz, because it was very dry out. later on.
Yeah. Yep.
But
Yep.
I mean, it felt very wet, but the wet must have stayed right on that halo because it
Huh.
dried really fast.
I could see that. I could see that with some of the mohair stuff that I've blocked. Yeah. Well,
But
I'm glad that it seems wearable. I think everybody was kind of rooting
don't
for
know.
you.
I only wore it in the AM that on picture day.
Mhm.
So I need another time to wear it. I have a couple of dresses that I really want to wear it with, but I haven't figured out how to wear it with pants yet. Um, I mean, just I like, your idea of just throwing it on over whatever is
Mhm.
great, but I need like I said, a solid shirt without a design on the front,
Mhm.
to wear on, to make it more of an outfit.
Mhm.
But and it's not quite dresses weather because of the stupid snow that just fell. So
We're not bitter. We're not
no,
bitter.
stupid snow. There were quite a few complainers this morning about the driveway situations. Like it was heavy snow, and then there was so
Yeah.
much of it that you had like a good 18 to 20 inches of driveway snow to
Yeah. Jeremy went
move
out
out of
this
there.
morning while I was in an early conference call, and the plow had come back by several times since we had cleaned the driveway and the sidewalks. We're right across from a school, so we have to stay Johnny on the spot with it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, yeah, we've got kids and parents that aren't too happy. So, yep, yep.
Yep.
Anyway, we're babbling.
Yep.
Beautiful FOs. I feel like my pile can now disperse.
Yep.
It's
Same. I
been,
can put my socks in the sock drawer and
yep.
get my sweater um, put somewhere where I can just pick it up and wear it. Not today.
That's what
It'll
I
give
mean.
me a little
Again, that's what the
extra.
pink has been doing, right? It's been hanging out in a finished object pile on my yarning room table, and then I grab it and throw it on over stuff. So, yep, yep. Anyway,
Oh, yes, lots of things to contemplate and work on for sure. And yeah,
yeah, yeah.
we'll see
So
you
be on the
soon.
lookout for those giveaways. If you're
Mm.
interested in a ZKN bag, make sure you go grab one from Anne, and
Draw
we'll see you
me.
on Friday.
Yep. Bye.
Bye, Uvta.